Hi there, my name is Angie, and today I will be talking to you about my natural, unmedicated home birth. And so I had a really great experience, and I wish all of you who are deciding to have a home birth also have an amazing experience. It's very comfortable, and it's very free-flowing. You get to decide a little bit more of what, or not a little bit, you get to decide completely what you want to do, where you want to walk around in your home. So it's really you're in control of the whole situation, which is great. And that's what I wanted. And that's what I enjoyed of my home birth. So I did have a water birth. I wanted to discuss a few things that you may need. And so I've also seen that some people get a whole birth kit, which is really cool. And some people like myself just purchase a few things here and there. So one thing you may need is either ay, cuervo, como me asusta. We're gonna keep on going though. So one thing you may need is a doula or a midwife for beginners. Now you may want to just have yourself and your partner, and that's perfectly cool too. Or you may just want to have yourself, hey my loves, and family, and that's great as well. So it's really up to you. It's your choice on who you want there and how comfortable you feel. The good thing about home births is that it's all about comfort and you deciding the atmosphere that you want to create. This is Missy. I have Bane and Cuervo here, my fur babies, my babies before my human baby. So they like to be part of the videos. They like to talk sometimes. So they'll be here. And so, hey, a few things that personally I wanted was a doula and a midwife. So that's what I had. I had both of them there to, it was my first birth, and so I wanted someone with experience. And I had met my doula, and she was great. And the midwife was recommended by the doula, so my birth team was awesome. So have a birth team. Hey, go get this one. And another thing you might want to have, again, is either get a birth box, which there's many websites that you can order one from. I personally didn't have a birth box, so my midwife gifted me one that was like from a previous patient. What it had in it was chuck pads, which are kind of like doggy pads. So chuck pads or doggy pads, anything that can hold the fluid that you may be leaking, or if you choose to have the birth on the bed, the fluids and possible poop that you may be letting out while you're birthing can all be caught on the chuck pads. Another thing we had was shower curtains lined for the bed. So we had a shower curtain and then the covers over the shower curtain. Another thing that you may need is a shower filter. So this just helps filter the water if you're doing a water birth. If you're not doing a water birth and you're just gonna have a home birth and you're choosing to have the baby on the bed or on the couch or wherever you choose to have your baby, then you won't need the shower filter or the hose. So we had a 25-foot long hose, both things we ordered off of Amazon, and we were able to get the water from the shower into the birth pool. Another thing you will need is a birth pool if you're choosing to do a water birth. Again, if you're not choosing to do a water birth, you don't need a pool. Some places rent them, or you could purchase it, and a liner for the inside of the pool is also needed. So we rented ours from our doula. The midwife also rents her pool. So if you are using a midwife or a doula, I would recommend checking out what they have available and their prices as well. So I know a birth pool usually goes around $150 or higher, $150 US or higher. So that's definitely up to you if you want to purchase one or if you just want to rent one. We rented ours and then we just purchased the liner, which you can also find online. And make sure that the liner is the right liner for your pool, because there's many different pool sizes. So double check with whoever you're renting it from or whatever website you're purchasing it from. And the liner is just really easy. You pop it on, and then as soon as everything's done, you take it out and you don't have to worry about cleaning the pool. Another thing you'll need is Perri bottles to wash yourself or rinse yourself after the birth. And that's really great because I even used mine like the week after. I just kept on, you know, soothing myself by just spraying water down there. And other things you'll need. Now, if you are doing a lotus birth like we did, which I'll make another video about, you'll need a whole bunch of other things. So if you do want to learn about what you'll need for a lotus birth, just go ahead and watch the lotus birth video that I'll be making. But for now, just talking about things that you need for your home birth. Now, one thing that I chose to have was the medicine ball, or the big bouncy ball that some of you may know. Now that's really great for rotating your hips or relaxing your hips, your pelvic area, just really like soothing yourself when you are having your contractions or your surges. It's just a really great thing to have. I still have mine. I still use it to sit on it, and it's really great for exercises afterwards. So it's definitely a great investment. And have a bunch of washcloths, because sometimes you may get a little hot and you just may want some water put on your back, or a washcloth put on your forehead, or wherever you may want it. So that was a great thing to have. Now I did get some towels, but I didn't find myself using a lot of towels. I just used 2 to put down by the birth pool, and then that was really it. So you can have towels, washcloths, oh, the big thing, Depends, or pads. You're definitely gonna need those, possibly before, during, and after labor. So I had them on I had the Depends on for 2 days before, because I kept on leaking fluid. It wasn't my water breaking, I was just leaking fluid. And then the day of the birth, I had them on because, again, I kept leaking fluid after my water broke. So it just really helped keep everything nice and clean. I never got any fluid on my bed, I got fluid on the floor after I had taken them off. The Depends were really my favorite, because it was just like whole panty on and call it a day. After those ran out, I did go into using pads. And you can use, I recommend the pads just because the flow is so heavy. Personally, your flow might be lighter, so you could use, period panties, which is what I usually use. But because my flow was so heavy after birth, I did use pads. And so those are things you may need. You can have herbal kits for herbal soaks afterwards. Again, if you look at certain boxes, birth boxes, they may come with them. And that's really all that I used personally in our home birth. Now, again, depending on your midwife and your doula, if you choose to have them, they may bring other things. I'll make another video on my home birth experience, which was a really beautiful experience. And I really encourage you to tap into anything that you may need or want to do for your birthing experience. So thank you so much. I'm gonna get going now because the fur babies are calling away. And stay tuned for more birthing videos, or birthing experience videos, I should say. Bye now.